y'all, Mythic Rare here, and today we are gonna be working on Hannah Karlzon's Summer Nights coloring book. If you want to work alongside me or have me keep you company while you do your crafting projects, you do your chores or whatever, howdy, and big welcome back to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. I know, long time no whip and chat or color and chat. There is going to be a reason for that, by the way. If you would like to treat this as a color along or buddy color, however you want to call it, I will give you the colors here in just a second. Whoop. I just need a moment to find my place. Here we go. So my idea with this page is to make it so that the stamens and like the pollen coming off of the flowers, pollen, not my friend. The stamens and the pollen coming off the flowers is going to be glowy and it's like a night sky, if that makes sense. And then some of the names you may not be able to see, but I am using the Prismacolor colored pencils. You do not have to use these pencils, by the way. Like, feel free to use whatever you have. I just want to show you the color palette. Black. Indigo blue. I don't think that my camera will want to focus. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you have little nubby pencils because you love them too much or they break a lot, whatever, extenders. Game changer. Copenhagen blue. Denim blue. True blue. Electric blue. And I don't know the name of this blue, but it is PC992. And then leave it in the comments which blue are you. So anyways, y'all have probably seen on my channel that I am trying to make good on that post or video that I did on my birthday, about getting back more into the like art and adult coloring sphere of creativity, and it has been awesome. I've kind of had my love and relationship with my Copic markers rekindled, and it's been great. It's been a pretty great last few weeks. Like, I am not going to be quitting diamond painting because diamond painting does serve a purpose for me, but I feel like I get more benefits out of like mindfulness and creativity and all that if I'm doing adult coloring or if I'm making my own artwork. I mean, I could just be burnt out from adult coloring too, because I did like 2 events pretty much back to back, and I like never do that. I know some people can, but I guess I'm just not that kind of person. So aside from the art, last time that we talked, I had another allergic reaction, and I want to give you an update on my allergy journey thus far. If you are sensitive to this type of issue, now is your chance to click off and enjoy some of my other videos on my channel, or go do something else. I don't know. No hard feelings, no shade, just trying to give you a fair warning, because I know that like this could get pretty scary and gross, and yeah, anywho. About 3 weeks ago, I had another allergic reaction, and basically I had called my doctor, my allergy doctor, as soon as I gotten home, let them know what was going on with me, how I was having like puffy face, my lips were tingling, my face was turning red, all of the things. And I took that day off of work because clearly that's going on. I am not in my right mind to do phone calls. So I follow their instructions, and then after giving my allergy doctor an update on how I was doing, I was told that sometimes these things happen and we will just need to remix the vial so that it is a lower concentration, and then we'll go from there. I'm like waiting, not hearing anything, and then I look at my incoming insurance claims because I just got a explanation of benefits notification, and I saw that there was a $40 charge from her. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Yes, this, I was expecting this. This is the vials. They're in there for manufacturing. So I go ahead, pay it, and shortly thereafter, the vials arrive, like all nicely packaged in the mail. We pretty much get them as soon as we can and put them in the refrigerator. And then I labeled my old ones, like my too strong ones, like do not use too strong, like quite literally. And I immediately took off that following Monday because I received my vials on like a Friday. So I took off that following Monday, which was Monday of this week. And I was like, okay, we are gonna plan for the worst in case I do have another reaction, but we are gonna hope for the best. So Sunday night rolls around, and I take a Zyrtec along with my Astropro and my Flonase, which, by the way, if you are taking Azelastine and you're not seeing any relief from it, switch to Astropro. It does not require anything from your doctor. It is over the counter. and it's like your prescription azelastine, but it's 2 times concentrated. So, like, maybe try a bottle of that. You may get some more relief. Just wanted to throw that out there. Anyways, so I did like my nasal medications, I did my Zyrtec, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Went to bed. Woke up around 6 in the morning, decided to take 2 Zyrtec together. And then as soon as they started kicking in, they made me feel sleepy. So I just like kind of slept that off until about 10 o'clock in the morning. I had breakfast, I got ready, and drove to my allergy clinic. And by this time, it's like 12:30 or thereabouts. And then I stand in line at the nurse's station. One of the nurses waves me over, and I told her, hey, like, this is a new set of vials. I haven't been here in a minute. I had an allergic reaction a few weeks ago, da-da-da. And then she's like, oh, okay, cool. And then she pulls out my injection tracker sheet and everything. She signs off on it. Like the time, the concentration, she like scans the QR code on the vial, so it's like double documented just in case. Takes a brand new needle, and then fills a designated amount in the needle, and like puts it into kind of like that notch in between the bicep and the tricep of your upper arm. I have 2 vials, so I get 1 on each side. The one on the right didn't do anything. And she's like all asking me, oh, like, do you need ice? Do you need like itch cream, this, that, the third? And I'm just like, no, like typically I don't, unless like we're doing the big, huge doses. I think I should be fine. And I'm all telling her that as she's doing my right arm. And then the craziest thing, you guys, when I turn around so she can get my left arm, I can see like the needle, like the plunger and the needle going down. The needle is sticking out of my arm, and like the area that she's injecting in my arm is starting to turn pink. And I am just, and even she was like, woo, that is instantaneous. I'm just like, yeah, we might want to hit this with some itch cream. I might need it today. So I take a few short steps out into the lobby. I'm sitting on the little kid side of the waiting area, and I'm all watching cartoons, playing idle games and stuff on my phone, just like the usual, while I wait out my 20 minutes. So after a little while, I'm starting to feel a little weird, and the timer for my phone goes off. Like, I'm supposed to leave, but I probably shouldn't leave kind of feeling. Like, if you've ever been wild and crazy in high school and college, like if you've ever had a past and you partied and you got drunk, or you smoked the Adidas leaf. And then or you've done like some psychedelic, like recreational, spirit expanding substance. And then I think you know what I'm going to be talking about. But I pretty much felt as if I had just gotten high as a kite. It literally felt like my soul was in my body, but my consciousness was like out of this world, wandering the universe. And somehow the entire universe's focus was like on me, and I'm under a microscope all at the same time. Like the completely weirdest thing. Like just an absolutely trippy headspace. And I can start to feel my face get puffy and my lips get puffy and tingly. So at that point, I was just like, uh-oh, Houston, we got a problem. I had to like take a few deep breaths and gather myself, because like kind of my pride was about to take a hit. But I went to the nurse's station, and I literally, to the gal who just gave me my injection just barely 20 minutes ago, and said like, hey, my timer just dinged, but I don't feel okay. I need help. My lips are getting puffy and tangly. Like, I feel like I'm in a really weird headspace. Like, I need help. She said, okay, stay right there. Stay right there. Just take a seat. I'm going to go get your doctor, because I know that she's in the building right now. And just like 2 minutes later, I was told to come to the back, and I was taken to one of the exam rooms, and I had a liquid Benadryl and a liquid Zyrtec waiting for me. And I was told to down them both, and then I was given 2 big, huge glasses of water, and I was told to down those both as well. And this is just what I'm going to call her to like protect her identity. But Dr. Laura took my vitals like every hour on the hour. She asked me like, oh, how are you doing? Like, what are your symptoms? Like, can you describe them? And I was pretty much having the exact same symptoms for like a few hours. I noticed that like my oxygen was at 99% like saturation, which is like really good. And like my blood pressure was up at first when I first went back there. After like a couple of hours, I guess I'd calmed down. But yeah, like didn't necessarily have any of the traditional things for anaphylaxis aside for like puffiness in the face and the lips. I mean, I guess you can only have one and still have anaphylaxis, but yeah. Like, it just would not calm down. So then afterwards, she gives me even some more liquid Zyrtec, and then it was kind of a funny thing after the fact. she asked me how many liquid Zyrtec or how many Zyrtec have you had today in total, and I'm just like, well, I mean, if you're asking the last 24 hours, I had one before bed, I had two like at 6 a.m., but then I like slept those off, right? I didn't even wake up until 10 a.m. and then I was here at like 12:30. So I figured that by the time I came here for the shot, I was like super duper loaded up and like all should have gone fine. But as you know, it is not fine. And then there was, of course, the two liquids or text that you just gave me right now and the liquid Benadryl earlier. So I've had like 5. And then it became this whole thing. Well, I mean, I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't want to say it like that because she's awesome, but it turned into, well, you've literally had so much of that. It kind of sort of explains a little bit of your symptoms, but it's still unsafe for you to drive home. So we're going to need somebody to come get you. And at this point, my phone is like on 1% because I had been using it to entertain myself this whole entire time. So I call Alex, I call his mom, and they went and picked me up. They took me home. I pass out in the back of the minivan. I left my car there. And then she's just like, yeah, we're just going to chill out at home for a few hours and we're going to come back later to go get your car. So I was like, okay, cool. Because by then I could probably drive it too. Even though I probably could have gone home okay, I was not about to argue with anybody. I was just like, okay, like I'll just deal with this later. So I ditched my car and we come home, we have sandwiches and chips and we're just all everybody's asking me questions about what went down with the allergy shots and I'm telling them the story. So then we go back, we get my car, we put gas in it, and then that is that. The following day, I had to obey doctor's orders and go to a diagnostic lab to get my blood drawn. And the craziest thing is I am such a bad stick. It does not matter if I am like super duper hydrated, not hydrated enough. I mean, I am like chonky now, but when I was in like mixed jazz and hip hop dance in like junior high and high school and like super duper active and only weighed like maybe 145 pounds, whenever I had to get blood drawn then, people still could not find my veins. And so, like, my last time that I had to get my blood drawn, the doctor's office just completely, like, mutilated my arm. They rolled veins, they collapsed veins, like, all trying to get 3 vials to do their standard, like, physical, like, their yearly physical blood work and stuff. Like, I don't know if the texts that day were new or what, but, yeah, I was just like, I was kind of like apprehensive, like, well, I haven't gone to this diagnostic lab before. I don't know how the people are, blah, blah, blah. But I was pleasantly surprised because when I went in there with my lab order for tryptase, I only had to wait like 2 minutes. The person the nurse, she greeted me. She took me back. She was very personable, like very professional, everything organized. She put the tourniquet around my upper arm. She couldn't find any veins up there, so she told me to make a fist, and she like kept on hitting the back of my hand, and she put a tourniquet around my wrist, and she was able to get her one vial that she needed for the tryptase test in like 2 minutes. She was so quick. And on the first try too, I am just like, oh my goodness, you're a ninja. So yeah, Diagnostic Labs of Oklahoma. If you are um over by the 40 and Cedar Road, where the Walmart is, just on the other side of the Walmart, where there's the Integris urgent care, that's the place where I went to, just in case if you're in the area and you do need to get blood work. That's the place where I went to. They're awesome. Anywho, the reason why I have to get tested for how much tryptase I have is because Dr. Laura thinks that I have Mast Cell Activation Syndrome. And what that is, well, I don't know. Maybe I should like start, kind of, maybe I should start like this. So, there's certain parts of your body that like interface or touch or, with the outside world. So that would be like your like your stomach, your intestines, your lungs, obviously, like your nasal passages, like your skin, your mouth, all of that. Like all of those things that come into contact with the outside world, they all have mast cells. And what mast cells do is they're basically like, they're almost like the body's version of Tesla's Sentry mode. They're always like watching for things and stuff. I mean, they do have other functions than like watching for allergens or for harm coming to you, but that is mainly what they do, is they look out for you. And sometimes after having on a period of time, maybe after repeated allergic episodes, they can start to get a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Sometimes we don't know why, but they will just like go completely ham and have like a nuclear level reaction to an otherwise harmless substance. And they will release like a ton of things like histamine, tryptase, other mediators, to signal to the body that something is going wrong, and it's going to call other immune cells to that location. And the amount of stuff that they release can be so bad that you can go into anaphylaxis. If you'd like a more in-depth explanation, then I have a video linked in the cards just above. But that's pretty much how it was kind of explained to me, and how I had learned what it was from like Dr. Laura, and then from like other videos on YouTube and such. It is such a new and emerging thing within the immunology community that like not much is known about it. It's probably been around like, or at least been recognized for maybe 20 years, if that. Like, it's really, really new. And we know that things like Xolair that basically bind to the mast cells and prevent them from degranulating will help people with mast cell activation or similar biologics. So I'm thinking that maybe my doctors back in Arizona, when they first gave that to me, and why they kept me on it, was because maybe they had a sneaking suspicion that after the whole thing with the bed bugs, like my immune system fuse just got like exponentially short. I don't know. But yeah, like as of right now, haven't heard anything back from the lab yet. I think it's gonna be a while at least, because it's not something that they test for every single day. It's not like a paternity test or like, you know, some of the more common ones that they had on the website. So I'm thinking that it may just take a while. It's giving me a little bit of anxiety, kind of, sort of. But yeah, I just mainly kind of want answers at this point now that everything is settled. The last like Tuesday, and then like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then a little bit Friday have been kind of rough after that allergic reaction, because like I was given 20 milligram prednisones that I had to take once at the beginning of the day and then once like midday. And I was warned like don't take them too late at night because it can give people energy, da da da. And I've been on prednisone before for stuff, so I thought I was good. I took the one that I had Tuesday night kind of late at night, and I could only get like maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and I was just wired the whole entire time. So what I decided to do was just like do a whole bunch of stuff on Threads and just like go ham, because I have the energy. I may as well use it for something, right? And I'm all thinking like, oh yes, if this is life without constantly having to deal with allergies, like this is fantastic. And then I started to get all the calls about the Maui wildfires and people's flights getting all jacked up and their vacation spots all burned, and it was really, really sad calls. and I did not have any sleep. So I am very like stressed mentally and emotionally, and then I'm having to take care of these passengers besides. Like that was very, very rough. By Wednesday I was like, oh my goodness, like I would just love to sleep. Like I would just love to sleep even like one more hour. And yet I felt like my eyes were being forcefully held open with toothpicks the whole entire time. Like if you've ever had a caramel macchiato from Starbucks or like a double shot espresso and you just down it and you just feel like wired after, it's like that wired feeling never went away for 3 days. I'm just like, this is awesome, but at the same time, I just want to sleep so much. And so yesterday, finally, I was like, yes, I slept 7 hours and I feel like $1,000,000. Last night, though, I stayed up pretty late. Like I couldn't really get back to bed again, so I just started doing this, and then yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Is we're just waiting on news for the lab, and then I have a feeling that it is probably going to come back positive, and if it does, Dr. Laura, she's gonna put me back on Xolair, and then like uh I've always had like a quality of life improvement on Xolair, and so yeah, if I have to go back on it, I'm just like, I'm totally looking forward to it. I know what to expect and all that. But if it comes back negative, I am going to be like, we're probably going to order more tests, and I'm going to be like absolutely bamboozled, confused, and just like scratching my head. Like 5 Zyrtec, y'all. I have to have tested positive for something. But anyways, if you are kind of going through something similar, and you don't know like where to go, or you feel like your current doctor may not be up to treating something like this, first of all, let me know how you're doing. Also, you're not alone. If you're in the greater Phoenix area, the Arizona Asthma, Allergy, and Immunology, Arizona Institute of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, go see them, because my old nurse Tracy back there, she is awesome. They were like the best place in the greater Phoenix area. And then if you're here in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Asthma and Allergy Clinic, they're very good at what they do. So if you stuck around for this entire video, let me know down in the comments which blue are you. All right. See y'all later. Bye.